Now, going over to the Culture Prod podcast, you have the Rings of Power trailer being roasted on social media, which, yeah, I don't want to say who called it, but yeah, season one was roasted on every social media platform. Now, Rings of Power, if you are not aware, is a bastardization of the brilliant idea of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, which are probably some of the best books written in the past. I was gonna say of all time. It's always consistently in that list, and probably most famously came to the cultural lexicon when Peter Jackson, famously he's a director and turned him into a trilogy. Now, Amazon, again, they are very much politically active, so to say, and they inject it into pretty much everything they do for better, or in this case, in many cases, worse, because you alienate a lot of the writer, or not writers, you alienate a lot of prospective clients. And in this case, they're taking too many liberties. Again, this is a new idea from the Tolkien universe, whatever you want to call it. It's a diversion. It's not a direct translation from a book, which, again, Peter Jackson had that privilege where you can just directly correlate, and of course, you have to trim it down to make it consolidate into a film. Because I mean, if I had unlimited resource allocation, it'd be fascinating to see an actual film based on the book of Lord of the Rings. It would be hundreds of hours long. I know it'd be prohibitively expensive and long. There are a couple hardcore fans who would probably appreciate that. Now, with Amazon, they said they're going to invest $1 billion in this idea. Now, quite hilariously, they say it's $1 billion idea. It's more like $1 million idea in terms of how many people are actually buying it and appreciating it. Now, nevertheless, this was on X Twitter, and I'll go ahead and, without too much further ado, pull it up here. And this is from they actually have the Rings of Power handle on X Twitter, and they're paying for Twitter Premium. So, interestingly enough, Amazon is supporting Elon and Tolkien, or not, I was going to say Elon, as well as, well, via X Twitter. Now, they say before this little clip here, they say, quote, "Darkness will bind them. The Rings of Power returns August 29 on Prime Video." And it's only about 1 minute and 43, and I don't want to say it's comparable to torture, but if you're a J.R.R. Tolkien fan, or Tolkien, I forget what people prefer and pronounce this. That's perhaps a debate in itself, like Porsche versus Porsche. Each their own. But this might be painful if you're a true fan, so to say. But not too much further ado. Again, the graphics are, again, they have seemingly unlimited resources at Amazon. They can hire the best CGI on the planet. And again, there's always some silver lining in everything in life, or so I try to think. The graphics look pretty impressive. They put it. I mean, they're spending money on this. Now the plot, the acting, that's in the casting. That's where it goes down the metaphorical toilet. I say metaphorical because I don't think they had toilets back in the medieval times, or back when this was taking place. Pun not really intended. Without further ado.
An evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
Alright, problem one. I don't know if you're fans of the Spider-Man. Was it Spider-Man 3? You're just, you don't see the visual in this, you're just tuning in on the podcast, which I appreciate, especially if you're tuning in on those platforms. A little bit hard to get Shaoban there, apparently. And it looks like the little globby thing from Spider-Man 3, the little black glob from space.
Returned.
Like that. And moving, like a moving tree root.
Prepare yourselves.
Alright, got a strong woman holding a sword and about to go to battle. I think she's an elf. She got the ears, the hair. She has a sword and an arrow. She can do everything. Okay.
Worms his way inside your mind. The rest of him slithers in.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
And again, it's fantastic music. They're putting some money into the orchestra. And the visuals. From a graphic design, okay.
Every soul in Middle Earth is empowered.
Is that Lizzo? I think the gal with the almost like a mushroom hairstyle, or like the hair on the side of her is as big as her head. I know she's growing in popularity, pun moderately intended. But let me see here real quick. Is Lizzo? I know she was in some Star Trek thing recently, wasn't she? Is Lizzo in Rings of Power? Pretty sure it is. Cast and crew. Who Falls? Who plays Elf King? Who's this? Ring of Power. I guess I'd specify season 2. Season 2. Everything we know. Screen Rant, Sauron. Cast and crew. Okay, Rings of Power. Rings of Power. Cast credits. I mean, if you don't visually see it, I'm pretty sure that's Lizzo. Very big gal.
Soul
Let's see here. Green Rant. I'm trying to see if there's IMDb. Or if they'll go season 2 yet for the credits. Do Control F. Let's see Lizzo. So according to IMDb, just Control F searching. I don't see Lizzo in it. Maybe she's in for season 2.
in Middle Earth is in peril.
Yeah, great rap. Darkness will bind me. Not flipping. Who's that guy? Did a crazy cool flip there. We got wizard looking guy getting a ring. Archer. That CGI the eagle wasn't that great.
He's Sauron.
And that's almost as comical as Clark Kent and Superman, where he takes off his glasses like, oh my gosh, it's Superman. It's like, I mean, that's just, let me rewind it so you can see him. He just flips his hands and then magical. Oh, I was gonna say, I wasn't even trying to be a pun there. It's not, it is elven magic, dark wizard magic, whatever. So he flips his hands and everyone just, like an energy field, it shoots them all away.
He's Sauron.
Of course. Kidding. That's sort of sci-fi altogether. Rings of Power. Again, that trailer probably cost more than my year's rent of my rental house here. Like, it probably costs a pretty penny to say the least. I mean, just the CGI alone is impressive. And the web profile got 3.4 million views, but only 26,000 likes, which is not a good like ratio to say the least. Now, one of the first comments comes from Shari Shane saying Sweet Jesus X really needs to have a dislike button, getting 816 likes. Carl Benjamin says most expensive cosplay ever, getting 1,000 likes. Paul Dozer says this will suck. Woke of the Rings, getting 271 likes. Master of the TDS says an evil ancient power has returned. Me, yeah, it's this sorry excuse for a show, getting 971 likes. And again, this is coming directly from the source, Amazon and the team, the Lord of the Rings team there. It's not coming, so it shouldn't be too much of a bias in terms of people only follow someone on X Twitter because there's a certain political ideology or they're more culturally slanted one way or the other. This is straight from the donkey's mouth. Let's see. So Johnny A4C says, and of course book readers will cry if stuff is different. Can't just like a show for what it is. This show is great. You found a contrarian statement? It does exist. So that did get 429 likes. Were they ratioed though? Bardic says, then call it something else, save money on license, and use it to improve production quality. It got 162 likes, nearly ratioed. Blue Dye Scorpio says, so great that only 36% of people who started it finished it. Yeah, I think it got like a 1.4 star review for season 1 before Amazon started to manipulate the reviews and delete a bunch of them. They also own IMDb, so that's why they looked a little bit better on that. Let's see. Rolling down. Johia Reese says it's actually impressive how you continue to make this look worse. It says when Cringe looks too strong, getting 146 likes. This is like a positive one. Brian Starnes, who he describes himself as Slav and Ukrainian. I'm a prosecutor and I enjoy movie and TV shows. Interesting. Says can't wait, especially for those phenomenal bureaucracy scores. All right, I got 173 likes. This is the best gift of all. Greg Gunther says, Sauron, they'll never guess it's me. And it's the guy with the cliche disguise of the glasses and the fake glasses and the fake nose. Got 54 likes for that one. That deserves more likes, though. And Meta says this trailer looks promising. All right, another contrarian statement. This person got 14 likes. Surrealistic pillow? Although the picture is like a statue, it's not a pillow, so F minus for marketing. But nevertheless, this alleged talking pillow says this show cannot be salvaged. Sorry, unquote. Getting 531 likes. The Shari says Prime is already busy hiding comments they do not like. Shocker. There's a screenshot saying, this reply was hidden by the original post, original author, multiple times. I got 65 likes. Retail stocks is putting in theaters, please. Getting 74 likes, which would be the dumbest thing on the planet. Because, again, Amazon owns this. This is, I was going to say it's not very much compelling reason for me, but for some people, it's giving them a compelling reason to go buy Amazon Prime, which no one really needs. I mean, no one needs to get their crap 2 days earlier. Plus, if you're like me, part of the 1% of people who don't have Amazon Prime, it's almost like a gambling game. The 1 or 2 times a year you need to buy something on Amazon, or you want to buy something on Amazon, more accurately said, you never know when the package is going to get here. It could get here in a day, or it could take 5, 6, 7 days. And there's been times when I've bought something on Amazon and it's gotten here within a day, and I didn't pay for Prime. Like I was cheating the system where I won. Now, granted, it's just logistics for them. They probably had a neighbor right next to me, and it just made more business sense to just put them all in one truck and consolidate. I understand that. But still, it's the ultimate rush. Well, not really the ultimate rush. It's a moderate rush, I'll be honest. But a rush to say the least. But yeah, Amazon would never put this in theaters because they don't own theaters. They could buy out AMC or Cinemark if they wanted to. Again, it's not a business compelling reason to do this. So this is it quite literally says at the end of this funny trailer, Prime. Again, it's an Amazon Prime exclusive. So this person says putting in theaters that not only would it would never happen. It's necessarily just to say it. Rumble Cookie says 1 cookie to rule them all. Not really funny, I guess. Getting 15 likes. Sean Knight says interesting trailer, but it's all flash and little substance. Getting 103. Let's give it 104 likes, because yeah, and that reveal of the Sauron thing was just pitiful. Yeah, I'm wondering how many, and I'm kind of wondering how many puns and inaccuracies I can put into this just to get people from Lord of the Rings to get extra interest in this segment of the show. But nevertheless, I mean, again, the graphics are brilliantly designed. The music is, again, it's pretty great music. Granted, it's not as good as Lizzo, of course. Ha! That's a joke because her music is, that's way of saying trash. Mentally vacuous is too polite of a thing to say about her music. Ear crushing, perhaps a war crime in some countries, but nevertheless, if there's any more contrarian statements here. Let's see, Hollywood, screenshot, let's see here. It's a real, oh wait, Orta Dunai, who has a picture of the Lord of the Rings logo, well, the ring and the tower and the tree. So it makes sense they probably like the show. And it says, top quality teaser trailer, my favorite so far, keep them coming. It's the 1 second or 2 second clip of Sauron just turning his hands, and boom, everyone goes bam away. I got 79 likes. Hey Travis says, looks like some Disney stuff. Yeah, getting 107 likes. Clown Tamer says, Black Elves, LL. Oh my god, what's next? Asian Vikings? Inuit I can't pronounce that. Plantagetics? TF did I just watch? Getting 14 likes, which, yeah, that's another thing. They're replacing everyone in these fantasy universes. Well, white folks mainly. Let's see. Lucas says, no, make it stop. Rings of Prime was terrible. Yeah, that's a good name for it. It has nothing to do with Tolkien. Scrap this. Getting 79 likes, which, yeah. Let's see. Oh, here's someone. Tolkien Universe says, can't wait for August 29th. That got 75 likes. Let's see. So a couple of folks appreciate it, but I wonder how many people who are going to tune in are just going to tune in to hate watch and critique it. Like here's a good meme. It simply has a Smeagol. Mojo Resins had the Smeagol meme and just says no likes you. Getting 72 likes. Yeah, perhaps it's a great idea, or more accurately, a great example of having all the resources on the planet and still failing. And the importance of having substance and having a good idea, not just frosting on a cake, so to say. Yeah, frosting on a cake looks great. Tastes pretty good. Allegedly, I haven't had cake in years because I'm an adult. But as long as this is where once you bite into the middle, if it's cardboard or some weird spongy, it's not going to be good at all. Probably perfectly explains this whole idea of the ring of the whole Amazon ring thing. I was gonna say that's not great marketing. It's so similar to their little doorbell thing, but you get what I'm trying to say. Again, it had great graphical design. Like the CGI is top notch. They probably paid, I can't imagine how much they spent on data center infrastructure for servers and NVIDIA graphics cards and all the software to put that together. The music is pretty good too, but the actual substance in the story, that's kind of where they fall flat on their face or step on their foot or perhaps have an AWS outage, which would be a funny pun if that happened frequently enough to make it relevant. But no, that's puns about cloud outages are usually reserved for Microsoft and M365, or as I call it, M363. IT pun for the folks in IT. So let me know, do you actually tune in to season 1? Is that something that you're interested in? And do you know anyone who tuned in? So I have friends who are diehard Lord of the Rings fans. They've read the book multiple times. They've seen the director's cut in nauseum. They took one look at season 1 preview and just said, nah. As youth might say, nah, son. None of them tuned in. And then I had one friend who did tune in just because he was that much of a fan. He loved it that much. He wanted it to be good. And yeah, he was utterly disappointed, to say the least. So let me know in the comments. Say, do you know anyone who actually legitimately tuned in and they enjoyed it? And I wonder, I mean, again, this is $1 billion investment. Are they going to make a profit on this? Again, they could off-weigh and kind of move the cost around and justify it because people are, if they don't have Amazon Prime, well, now they have to spend $140 for that now. So that can kind of shift the costs and make it more business justified because then they start buying all this stuff on Amazon. But do you think this was designed from day one to be a loss leader to get new customers? Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.